Alright, this Tintman Wardell doing an interview with my man Diallo, go-go on the go-go scene. Well, this how I started. A lot of people don't know how I started, where I came from, and how I began with the go-go. This how I started. I was living in D.C., and back then I used to set up with Petworth. That's when Skin Tight used to play for him, Fat Rudy on the timbales, and I used to watch those guys play and always wanted to be like them. So I used to play drums in high school as well. So I was just hanging out with them, and then I moved from DC to Maryland. Once I moved to Maryland, I went to High Point, and I met up, Slick Rick from, the Sweat Band now, and his brother Heartbeat. They used to practice up the street from my house in the studio. So I met up with them, hooked up with them, and EU used to practice in the same spot. So I used to, look in there, look at EU practice, look at Shorty Tim, see what he was doing. I was always, wanting to watch how people, play their things, and I used to, practice it myself. And that's how I, originally learned how to play rototoms and timbales. So I did a show or two shows with Central Groove, and I needed some sticks or whatever, and I went up Chuck Levins, and so happened Googie was up there. He the sound man, where he was the bass player and the owner of Reality back then. So I was buying some sticks or whatever, and he introduced himself. He was asking me what's up, do I know how to play? I said, yeah, I know how to play a little bit. And I lied to him. This is funny. I lied to him. I said, yeah, Shorty Tim, my cousin, just all so I can get the Reality band. So I don't know if it worked or not, but he called me up. They had a show at the DC Armory, but come to find out, he just wanted to use my stuff for his rototom player, but his rototom player ain't show up. So I ended up playing that day without practice or whatever, and we played at Rockville as well that night. So everything just went on from there. I started going to practice. And with him, I thank him every day because he showed me a lot as far as playing timbales and rototom, especially the cowbell. Because that's one thing about me. I was never a cowbell player. I couldn't stand the cowbell. So that's one thing he ain't like about it. So he showed me, he showed me the ropes, and everything is just history from there. So that's how I got started. Then later on, after Reality broke up, I went to Hot Cold Sweat. Rick told me to come audition for them. So I auditioned for him. It was a couple of other guys, and I got the spot. But then, after a few shows, I guess I got big-headed or whatever. And the owner, Charlie Fenwick, he wasn't having that. So, he let me go, which I didn't mind. So I called Googie. Googie had some, he was still running sound back then. And he ran sound for Lil Benny when he originally first came out. When he originally first came out, he really didn't have a Congo player neither. He had a show or two, and I played those two shows. Don't nobody know that, but I played those two shows, and yes, I got him on cassette. That I played those two shows with Lil Benny, so we was running sound for him. I was helping with that, and Googie taught me how to run sound as well. He was always a role model as far as everything in go-go in my life. So with that being said, he started running sound for Essence. He drugged me along with that. I was setting up for RE. We did the Capital Center shows and a whole lot of other shows. And then I played with them a couple of times. It's not a big deal, I played with them at Sugarcane Palace. I played with them at the East Side with Scarface. And, but originally I was just a technician. So then after that, I just left go-go alone for a while. For a long time, I got into racing motorcycles and, and tint windows, and that's all I do now. But just when I was on Facebook one day and found out that Rick and them got their band back together, and I went to a show, and they percussionists didn't show up, and Rick just had a cowbell. He was like, you want to play the cowbell? I said, yeah. So I played the cowbell that night, and then everything else was history from there. They, they kept letting me play, and then I just worked my way back up because basically I was still rusty, and, they let me back in on the scene, so we working out together. But right now, I'm in a situation that I might be moving on, but it depends. from this night on out. I'm gonna be honest. From this night on out, I don't know what I want to do, but with me, I always do my best and always try to, follow the right path. Because for one thing for sure, being a friend with Googie, that goes to show me that, people put certain people, God put certain people in your life for a reason. And yeah, I forgot to tell y'all, yeah, he found out that I wasn't Shorty Tim's cousin, but he ain't kicked me to the curb. And so to this day, I call him my cousin, even though he's not by blood, but he's my family, and he treat me like family because I learned a lot from that man, and I respect that man. And I appreciate everything that he's done for me for all these years that I've known him, ever since '84. And we still good friends. We talk to each other every week. And, he still want me to come back to sound, but that's not what I want to do, man. So, other than that, that's my history of go-go. And I thank Diallo for giving me this interview, because I said a lot of people don't know me, which I don't mind, because I'm not one to be a show-off or a showboater. I can care less about that. I like to be the most known unknown, and that's just that. So, thank y'all. Like I said, thank you for this interview, man. I appreciate it, and that's it.